5 years ago, empowering Democrats can mean something very different from empowering Democrats today. 5 years ago, there was a so-called judicial coup against the government that Europe's help was needed for. There was the issue of weeding the military out of civilian affairs on the agenda. And today we face a situation where your Democrats in Turkey are trying to protect media independence and judicial independence from the government's interference in many cases, and also the challenge of trying to get the progressive laws that have been passed implemented and the progressive initiatives put into action.
I myself, as well as my political party and political group, are strong advocates of Turkey's accession. We believe the EU would benefit greatly and would be able to act more as a global player with Turkey among its member states. This has become more urgent and important given the recent developments, and I believe we're all searching our way in the dynamics that are confronting us, and especially the people on the ground in North Africa and the Middle East. But more than anything, I think that the people in Turkey, their freedoms and their opportunities would be increased if Turkey would become an EU member state. In the European Parliament, there's not much agreement on Turkey, but I would say that there are two subjects on which there is consensus. One is the importance of the partnership, also the strategic partnership with Turkey. Everybody from right to left, from progressive to conservative, acknowledges that Turkey is an immensely important country, increasingly important country, and especially for the EU in its relation to the Middle East, but also generally. Another concern that's shared is the erosion of fundamental freedoms in Turkey today. Both of these subjects, as well as lots of others, have been discussed in the Turkey Progress Report of 2010, which was voted on in our last parliamentary session in Strasbourg.
It's one American perspective that I can give you. I think any of you who are familiar with the very vocal Turkey debate in Washington, you will know that there are a lot of different views you can find, some probably that would differ substantially from mine. So I would just say that at the outset. Maybe allow me to just make three points to you about this as seen from the other side of the Atlantic. Or perhaps above or below, since GMF is in the transatlantic cooperation business. The first point I would make is that we've now had, not recent, but really a decade of change in Turkish foreign policy. And when I look at this scene, I see a lot of different reasons for this, and I find them durable. And that's important, I think, because much of what we are seeing in Turkey's foreign policy behavior, I believe, is not going to change anytime soon. I think there are real reasons for this. It's not tactical. It's in some ways very strategic and based on what's happening in the society, which links it to the other part of our debate on Turkey's domestic scene. A couple of dimensions here. One, Turkey now is very much focused on its neighborhood, broadly defined. Not just the immediate neighbors, but the neighborhood in general, whether it's about zero problems or other things. When you look at this from Washington, some parts of this look very problematic. The relationship with Iran, the relationship with Syria, the deteriorated relationship with Israel, the dealings with Hamas, etc. Some of it is quite positive. I served in the Clinton administration some time ago and dealt with these issues, and every day we worried that there would be a war between Greece and Turkey in the mid-1990s.
I was reading The Economist weekly magazine. They issued a copy of 19th of February, and I saw a title, Turkey's election, and then the headline was, A Muslim Democracy in Action. And the following sub-headline was clearly enough to summarize, to depict the logic and the purpose behind it. It was summarized in one phrase. Popular uprisings in the Arab world are drawing new attention to the example of Turkey's democracy. But there was something which was not going well with the headline, because in the headline it was titled Muslim Democracy. And here again I thought we are facing the same attempts of sacrificing the precious Turkish experiment of secular democracy by deforming it to a degree which make it perceptible by the Middle Eastern ears.